When I first came into crypto, I've been in a bunch of different industries, from energy, real estate, fintech, credit card fraud. One thing I've learned in every industry, none of these industries are really different. They're all managed by the same consulting firms with the same playbook, and they just move from industry to generate fees. And when I figured that out, I realized that it is the people in every industry that matter. And if I can be kept away from the bad guys, then I'm good to go. It's when you first go into an industry though, you don't know who the good guys are, the bad guys are. And one of the things I've been really, really impressed with, the arch public, I like them as human beings. They're good people. They got really good, solid principles. So that gets me to the next step, which is, okay, let me see what you have. And they have a very cool tool that I've been professionally using for I think the last month or so. Look, I got a marketing economics background. I literally left school, had no clue what I was gonna do. I was lost, like I think 95% of the people. Happened to get a job in the oil and gas business in Houston, and it was the dream job. I have this penchant for being in the right place at the right time and actually doing something about it, which is, I know a lot of people have been in the right place at the right time and they kind of thought they were, but they didn't do anything with it. And it's the pulling the trigger and jumping off the cliff that's been probably my superpower. If somebody used that word one day, hey, what's your superpower? I'm like, taking chances, man. I mean, very calculated chances, but most people look at me with my personality, they don't see the thought that goes behind any action. All they see is monster action and conviction, and it's a little overwhelming for some people. I've never seen an industry that says, we want to learn from everyone. And when I see innovation like that, a willingness to innovate, and then when I see a willingness and an openness to, hey, we'll meet with anybody for a first time to see if they've got anything special. The train wreck that was the last 8 years in this industry, and it didn't die, it should have died, dude. They should have kicked it to zero, and they couldn't. This excites me. People go, hey, why do you keep doing this? Dude, this is fun. Like, it's a blast to be in a business like this. So there's only upside here, right? And when there's upside and you can create, and people are opening the door for you and they're not fighting you, literally, I've been fighting these monster oligopolistic structures for my whole life. And to see another industry go, hey, you know, we want to actually feed the whole planet with something valuable. And that's what I love about Bitcoin. I think the easiest way for most people to get Bitcoin is to do it the way they're doing their other investments already. There's 2 books to read and 1 video to watch. I've never spent any time with any one human being, and I have some interesting people in my life that spent 25 hours that did not spend 26 hours studying Bitcoin and then make investment. The Arch Public tool, the algorithm, my brother has to have an algorithm like that because he does not want to be responsible to his shareholders and investors for making the wrong purchase. You and I are doing a test right now. I gave you guys some money and I said, look, let's do this properly, okay? My whole career, I've never had an algorithm to tell me what point to. Now, technology, like we never had these tools before. Now we have a tool. Why wouldn't I look at the tool and go, okay, here's $10,000. I'm gonna smash buy, do the old Gary Cardone deal. I'm Superman. This is the problem for traders, right? We think we need to pick the price because it's fun. I want to be right. Versus an algo that you set some rules on. I love the functionality of your tool and that, hey, I think, every 4 hours, I just want to buy that $10,000 over the next 15 days, and I want to do it every 4 hours or every 1 hour, or, you start running, and you guys are going to end up with a scenario, go, hey, this is the best for you, because you're going to have enough clients at some point, and you got 150, 200 clients right now. Look, there's so many applications for your tool. I think about, the guy that's working at mid-level job, 150 grand a year, 80 grand a year, whatever. He's got a couple of kids, and he starts, he gets the Bitcoin white paper, he gets it, and he's like, hey, I'm going to put my kids on this program, and he starts buying through Arch Public, kid 1, kid 2, 50 bucks a month, 50 bucks a week. Well, what's he gonna do? He's gonna go pick the price? Come on, man, he's not gonna pick the price, okay? He's doing his job for Grant Thornton or Deloitte or the police department or whoever he's working for. He doesn't have time to look at the price. I don't want a cop looking at charts all day, dude. I want them looking at their damn walkie-talkie. So my point is, one, it's gonna drive the market. You're gonna see demand that you've never seen before because we are at max consumption. Gary Cardone's theory is we have met peak consumption. This planet will go into a massive spiral in deflation. Everything breaks down in cost. I think everyone ends up using a tool like Arch Public. That's family offices, most certainly will use this. It's their safeguard to be able to go back to their shareholders and say, we didn't screw up, man. Bitcoin does this. It does this. You know, when I see this, nobody complains about this when they're watching the ocean move around and it's clear and beautiful. A still ocean not moving around gets really stagnant and hot. And these rolls, I mean, to a surfer, he's like, the surfer loves the rolls. He's embracing these rolls. Why? Because he's learned there's value in the upcycle and the down cycle. If you have a tool like Arch Public and you know this cycle occurs over periods of time, long periods of time, like 18 months, 1 year, I can now start to go, okay, look, I know I want to probably lighten up on buying Bitcoin at a certain period of time, so I can just send that out. I don't even have to call you, man. Hey, lighten my load up, say June through September. I want to start buying less, and therefore I want to take that 4 hours to every 8 hours.